Good morning, boys and girls. This is your reading lesson for Wednesday, April 22nd. Our goals today say I can read the sight words where, does, and little. I can blend sounds to make a word, and I can identify the problem and solution in Little Red Hen. So let's review our sight words for this week. What's this word? Do you remember? Where. Spell it with me. W-H-E-R-E. Where. Does. Spell it with me. D-O-E-S. Does. And our last sight word this week is little. L-I-T-T-L-E. Little. All right, boys and girls, you did a great job writing your sentences on Monday. I was very impressed. You all did great work. And I hope that you watch those sight word videos that I'm attaching today and just keep working hard and remembering your sight words. Here's a little practice for you. It says, can you read all the words? You can pause this video and I want you to try to read as many of these words as you can. You can read them to someone sitting close to you, and if you get stuck, maybe you can ask them to help you sound out the word. But this is great practice, so take a minute or two, guys, pause the video and read these sight words. All right. Whoops. Today for phonics, we're going to be building and reading some words here, guys. And a lot of these are nonsense words. So that means they are not words that we use when we talk. However, they are words that will help us build our ability to blend the sounds. So take a look at the video and make all the sounds and blend the words with me. Oh no, I'm sorry, guys. Let me go back. Darn it. Sorry. All right, boys and girls, I hope you were making all of those sounds and blending the words with me as we went through the video. That's great practice. If you want to go back and try it again, please do so. All right, so today, our story for today is The Little Red Hen, and our job for today is to identify the problem and the solution. So remember, the problem is what is going wrong in the story, or what is happening to the character that is going wrong. What is the problem? So in this story, we're focusing on the question, what is Hen's problem? What is happening throughout the story that is a problem for Hen? And remember, solution means how the problem is fixed or solved. So what does Hen do to solve her problem? Those are the two things I want you to think about as we go through this story. All right, so let's get started. Once upon a time, Little Red Hen lived on a farm with her friends Pig, Cat, and Duck. Little Red Hen worked hard. She kept their house tidy and did the chores. However, her friends were very lazy. They wanted to rest while Little Red Hen did all the work. One day, Little Red Hen found a grain of wheat. She excitedly ran to her friends. She wanted to be a good citizen by including her friends in her plan to plant the grain. "Who will help me plant this grain of wheat?" she asked. "Not I," said Pig. "I am busy rolling in the mud." "Not I," said Cat. "I'm getting ready to take a nap." "Not I," said Duck. "I'd rather float on the pond." "Fine," said Little Red Hen as she turned away. "I'll plant it myself." All summer the wheat grew and grew. Little Red Hen took care of the wheat every day. She watered the stalks and pulled out the weeds. The wheat grew tall and strong. Soon it was necessary to cut down the tall stalks. The Little Red Hen would bring the wheat to the miller to grind into flour. One morning Little Red Hen approached her friends, who were enjoying the beautiful sunshine. "Who will help me cut the wheat?" she asked Pig, Cat, and Duck. "I will also need help carrying the wheat to the mill." "Not I," said Pig. "I want to cool off in the mud." "Not I," said the Cat. I am still tired today." "Not I," said Duck. "I promised my friends I would go to the pond with them." "Fine," said Little Red Hen. "I'll cut the stalks and bring them to the mill myself." So she cut the stalks, packed them, and carried them to the mill at the end of the road. Soon the miller had sent the freshly ground flour to Little Red Hen. Little Red Hen was eager to start making bread. The soft, fresh flour smelled delicious. She couldn't wait to get started. Little Red Hen called to her friends who were spending the afternoon outside. "Who would like to help me make bread from the flour in this bag?" she asked Pig, Cat, and Duck. But Little Red Hen's animal friends were not interested in helping her. Again they sat lounging in the hot sun. "Not I," said Pig. "I am too busy baking in the sun." "Not I," said Cat. "I need my rest today." "Not I," said Duck. "I was just getting ready for another swim in the pond." Little Red Hen sighed. "Fine, I'll make the bread by myself." So she hauled the sack of flour into the kitchen and began gathering the ingredients she would need to make the bread. Oops. Later in the afternoon, the scent of freshly baked bread floated out the kitchen window and drifted across the farmyard. Pig, Cat, and Duck smelled the delicious bread and wandered to the farmhouse. When they looked in the kitchen window, they saw Little Red Hen sitting at the table. She was going to eat the bread without them. "Ah, who will help me eat this bread?" asked Little Red Hen when she noticed her friends at the window. "I will," said Pig, licking his lips. "I will," said Cat, staring hungrily at the bread. "I will," said Duck, smiling at Little Red Hen. But Little Red Hen shook her head. "No, you may not have any bread. I did all the work. I planted the grain, cut the wheat, took it to the miller, and made the bread. Since you did not respect all of the hard work I did to make this bread, you may not have any. So Little Red Hen ate all the bread herself. All right, boys and girls. So, sorry. So remember I asked you to think about the problem that Hen was having throughout the story. So I'm going to help you do that part for the problem, okay? So I'm going to click out of this here so I can type. I'm going to type on here instead of write, guys, and I'm going to do it right in here because the computer is just a little different when we're writing. So I'm gonna put my box right there. So the problem, what problem do you think Hen was having as we were going through the story? What was happening each time she was getting ready to do something, whether it was planting the grain or cutting the wheat, taking the wheat to the miller, or making the bread? What was happening each time one of those things she was trying to do one of those things? Think about what she was asking her friends. Think about that for just a second. Well, let's see. So her friends were not helping her, right? Do you think that that was a problem she was having? I think that was a problem. I think that was the big problem in the story. So for the problem, we could all write the friends would not help the hen make the bread. Would you agree? I hope so. So each time Hen went to go or asked her friends to help her, what did they say? They said nope, they had other things to do, right? So the problem of the story was the friends would not help Hen make the bread. So now it's your turn, the solution. So what I want you to do is you can write the same sentence that I wrote here. I want you to write it down here. Okay, mine is not going to fit on the lines correctly, but I'm just showing this as an example. I want you to write down here on the lines. I want you to draw a picture that matches your sentence about the problem. So the friends would not help Hen make the bread. So think about use the pictures from the story. Here, you can go back. And I want you to try to illustrate or draw a picture that matches that, the sentence that we wrote. So then you're going to think about the solution. So how did Hen solve this problem? I would think about what happened at the end of the story. Usually we find the solution at the end of the story. So think about what happened at the end of the story and write a sentence about the solution. So Hen did what to solve her problem? And then I want you to try to draw a picture that matches that, okay? All right, boys and girls, please let me know if you have any questions about that. You can also go back and listen to the story again if you need to listen to that. So let's see if we met our goals for today. It says I can read the sight words where, does, and little. Yes, we did that. I can blend sounds to make a word. Yep, we did that today during phonics. And I can identify the problem and solution in Little Red Hen. And we identified the problem, and you are going to identify the solution on your own. So I can't wait to see all that. And I just wanted to leave this lesson today by just telling you guys I miss you, and I'm sending you a big hug because it is very different trying to have you do work on a computer and sending pictures versus seeing you in the classroom. And I do wish that we were in our classroom together, guys, and I could see all of your faces and hear all of your voices. But I appreciate all of your hard work, and I hope that you keep it up, and I hope that you are always trying your hardest at home. So just keep it up, and I can't wait to see your work for today, boys and girls. Have a great day. Please let me know if you need anything from me.